White flag, 1 lap to go.
He's going to get a shot at him.
Kyle Petty is there. He is just a car length back of Earnhardt. Davey Allison coming up, but I don't think will be a factor. Kyle just hauls it off the corner. He's got the inside. He's up to Earnhardt's bumper. Earnhart takes it.
They're on the racing service down on the flat part of the racetrack.
And it's Kyle Petty. Kyle Petty coming to the checkered flag. Here comes Davey Allison to the bottom. It'll be the finish. Everybody was waiting for it. They crashed past the finish line. They have crashed into turn number 1. And Davey Allison is in a shower of sparks.
He won the race, but he sure paid the price for it.
What a finish, Mike, I'm telling you. The lead swapped 3 times on the last quarter mile of the racetrack.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Talk about one hot night. Oh, we got to look at this again. And we'll be back to do it. Racing under a full moon, and it ends unbelievably. Davey Allison is pinned in his Texaco Haviland Ford. They're going to have to remove some sheet metal to get him out and get him to victory lane. And that finish, Earnhardt, Kyle Petty, Davey Allison, just unbelievable. Let's have another look.
This was after they got together. They tangled up going into 3rd turn. Dale goes high. Kyle got down under him. They made contact going into 3, and this started.
Alan Kawicki had to slam on the brakes, and he finally got out of it. Here's the finish.
Kyle Petty coming to the line. They get together right there.
Ooh.
And it's not over yet.
Oh, he hit hard.
And the driver's side up there pretty good against the door. They might just be taking precaution. Davey's ribs have been bothering a good little bit anyway. They might just be really careful getting him out.
I noticed something there. He released the brake, so he was conscious. He released the brake. You notice the wheel turning, and then he locked it back.
So he was driving it when it rolled to a stop. There is a huge commotion around the Kyle Petty and Dale Earnhardt cars at the gas pumps,
to say the least,
where the cars come after a race is over, before post-race inspection.
That machine they're using right there on Davey's car, you can see it just snips those roll bars in 2. And they'll just lift him directly out through the top of the car. See him in there moving around.
Here's Randy Pemberton.
Well, we're down here with Dale Earnhardt. Dale, there's been some exciting finishes of this race, none more so than this one. What happened up there between you and Kyle, and what else did you see?
Well, there didn't much happen between Kyle and I. I think it happened between Dave and them. We pushed just a bit off, too, and Kyle got his nose under us. And, you know, that's all it was. I tried to hold him down the back straightaway, and we in 3 down there. He just took a little more than I wanted to give, and that's all it was to it.
Are those the rules of the Winston?
I don't know about the rules. As racing, he was trying to win. I was, too.
Okay, thanks, Dale. Maybe next year. Okay. 2-time winner Dale Earnhardt.
Now, there's a gentleman. Here's a fellow who had a great time.
He actually, I believe he got in there, just got in there real hot. You know, Kyle's right there. Just like I said, we saw him down the back straightaway, totally off the racetrack on the apron racing to protect that spot, and they just used up the room. And here it looks like Kyle got a little bit loose right there, and lets Davey get his foot in the door. And once you get the foot in the door, I don't guess you're going to take it. These two really slam together.
There, and then he looked like he got him back right in there. Yep.
Well, the first of that was racing, but the second part?
No comment.
Hard to say. I'm sure in the heat of battle, anything can happen. And tonight, everything happened.
Well, I'll say this. I don't think either one of them would do that on purpose.
No.
If they bump together, and I tell you, you don't know what a car does after you touch like that. They can run back into each other, and it looks like he meant to do it. Certainly, I'm sure he didn't mean to do that to Davey.
Well, there's our race winner, though that's not victory lane. We'll get there in a little bit. Randy?
I'm here with Kyle Petty. Kyle, you drove your heart out. You tried to do what you had to do there in the last lap. What happened?
Well, you know, I got up under Dale. He pushed out the lap before that down and coming off 2. And I got up under him, and he run me all the way down the inside, and it bottomed out hard, man. And when we went in 3, we just had a bad angle going in 3, and you couldn't get a good run going in 3. And his car got out from under him, and I had to wait on him, and I had a bad run, and Davey got a good, really good run at me. And there was just nothing I could do with Davey, you know. And we beat and banged all the way down through here, and as we come across the line, and he ended up trying to take me out a little further, and he spun around in front of me, and it was my fault. I probably should have backed out before then.
Kyle, your best finish in the Winston's been about a 12th. You got to feel pleased about the way that car worked.
Well, yeah, it worked really, really good. You know, I can't say enough about Robin Pemberton and John Wilson. You know, the motor was great. It was a little hot the first 30 laps, and the car pushed. And we come in, we took some tape off the front, and Robin made a few adjustments, you know, they worked. And they worked really good the second 30 laps. And we made one more adjustment that worked really good the last 10 laps, and we just come up short.
Okay, thank you, Kyle. Let's go back upstairs to Mike Joy.
Thanks, Randy. Now, I did not mean to imply that Kyle had turned Davey around. Two cars racing hard and trying to get squared away there, and things happen. Davey Allison wins it. Kyle Petty, Kenny Schrader will be back. Charlotte Motor Speedway, Davey Allison has been helped from his car. And rather than Victory Lane, he's going to be transported over to the infield care center. Larry McReynolds going to make the trip with him. And our pit reporters will talk to somebody on that crew and get an update from the scene. But what a wild ending to Stock Car Racing's all-star event. And look at the grandstand. The race is over, folks, but nobody's leaving.
Mike, you know yourself, usually when a checkered flag falls, the place empties.